Welcome back, universe, to Off the Rails podcast, episode 21 of season 3.
Woo!
And we got the very punctual Erik Koconis in the house.
Woo-hoo!
Right. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just came from a different show. I was running a little bit behind there.
That's all right. Better late than never. Hey, if you're looking to buy or sell a home or interested in a career in real estate, email the birthday boy, Roy, at cbhsr.com or give him a call, 414-235-0763. Love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs. Wish him a happy birthday. I'm not even going to bother to call him for a week because Roy knows how to party. So make sure you like and share this episode. Share it because someone you know might need a laugh. So today we are here with Erik Koconis AKA Koco.
That's right.
Logistics director at the Ampersand Theater Company, stand-up comedian, improv comedian. Woo! All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the first day of spring. I'm so excited I wet my plants, Molly. So let's double up on that allergy medicine and get into the bad joke monologue.
Yeah.
Woo! Bad joke monologue. Here we come. Study shows cell phone use causes a 54% increase in stress and anxiety. I don't want to add any more stress to our cell phone listeners, but could you hit like and share? Because if you don't, I'm going to throw Molly out that window, and it's going to be all your fault.
Oh, no, don't do that. We won't be able to run anything without Molly.
Yeah.
It's only 3 stories. She may
She's
live.
our technical wizard. Come on.
I'm going to throw out the window and let God sort it out. She may live. Molson Coors said a cyber attack affected their brewing operations. They absolutely apologized for flavor getting into their beer.
No.
A FedEx driver jumps into a river to save a woman who crashed her car while singing happy birthday to a relative on her phone.
Wow.
Instead of thanking the FedEx driver, she ripped him a new asshole after getting a notification that her Amazon package was going to be late.
Jesus.
Oh, I don't know how this one's going to go over, but we'll try it. Tinder is now offering background checks on would-be dates.
All right.
I love the honesty. I say we
Yeah.
need more honesty. That means, ladies, I want a picture of you on a scale holding today's newspaper.
Oh.
And why not throw a picture of your mother in there so I can see what I'm looking forward to?
Oh, boy, that's a good one.
Jeez.
It's not just chicks. I'll send you a picture of my dad's hairline. Here's a new one. Oklahoma announcer Matt Rowan blames his low blood sugar levels for dropping a racial slur.
Hmm.
Is that how the poem goes? When I'm sugar and spice, I'm everything nice, but diabetes makes me racist? Molly liked it. All right, Dutch scientists have created lab-grown human tear glands. Just when I think I disappointed my mother as much as possible, she can now get Dutch super tear glands installed.
Oh, no.
I was in med school, but now here I am talking about my dick. So let's put those tear ducts to the test, Ma. Your doctor's son, according to William, can't even call himself a comedian.
And Mike Ishak
Yep.
as well.
Yep. My son isn't a doctor, but at least he's a comedian. No, he's not.
He's a comedic podcaster,
Okay,
a
let's
comedic
straighten-
writer.
All right. Major, the staff-biting dog is allowed back in the White House again.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows that once animals get a taste for human blood, they forget about it in a week.
Look at Eric sitting there stone face. It's a bad joke monologue, Eric.
Bad joke, I'm delivering.
Well, I mean, come on, Will. You know how it is. You be a comedian long enough, you don't laugh out loud at jokes. You just kind of like, yeah, that was a punchline. You know.
New York City looks to dismiss prostitution cases and decriminalize sex work. So how much of the stimulus money is getting blown?
Most of it.
Blowed? Is it blowed?
Blown.
I like blowed.
Blow it.
Blow it. Yeah.
My stimulus money got blowed.
It's blow-ad.
3 new life forms unknown to science are discovered on the International Space Station, and they are planning on bringing the bacteria back to Earth to study.
Oh, God.
Do they not get Netflix up there? They're going to take the first act of all the science fiction movies and just do it.
The end of civilization as we know it.
Plummeting sperm counts, testicular volume, and penis length are shrinking due to toxic chemicals in everything. Good thing Will and I can afford it. Stress from the pandemic is causing couples to have less sex than ever. Old Uncle Tom will give you a hint. The trick is to get yourself a chick. How old are you, Molly? How old are you?
38.
About 36.
Oh.
You're 36, Mom.
I'm putting extra time
When
on
that
me.
biological clock is ticking, and I swear Molly would mount the fence post right about now.
Oh, God.
She is in her prime.
Wait, is she 38 or 36?
She's 36.
36.
Why did you say 38? Do you
I
know
don't know, I
your
was adding
age?
years.
She's
He
so
was-
horny she can't count.
You make her feel
And you know what? My
like
mom-
she's 38.
My
Ugh.
mom said I shouldn't be calling myself Uncle Tom because of the Uncle Tom's Cabin, Harriet Beecher novel. But he was a slave that got beat to death to not give up the position of the other 2 slave women that he had. So I'm just going off the rails here. I don't know why I brought that up in a bad joke monologue,
I
but
don't either.
I don't either.
Carry on.
Uncle Tom was a hero. I'm glad to be Uncle Tom. All right. Welsh goat population skyrockets after the poison mute cancels the contraceptive drive. Does the joke even need a punchline? It's all there. A Welshman told me the trick to banging a goat is you got to get them up against the water because they hate to get wet. That way they push back on you. A cliff works too. That way you can jump off if you get caught. And that's your old Uncle Tom's tip on fucking a goat.
And William's going to do a little bit.
I'm going to do a couple of jokes too, a couple of things. So I'm going to start off with this. I dreamed I shit my pants,
Okay.
only to wake up and discovered I had peed the bed. I was relieved.
Get him with the soundboard, Mom.
Somebody called me a drama queen, and I was really offended. And I was like, wait a minute, you're misgendering me. Guys don't like to be called queens, although some guys do. I'm not one of them. He said, wait, you drama king? I'm like, nah, it doesn't ring true. Drama queen. What am I? I'm some kind of role. I am the Duke of Drama. I like that. But my granddaughters are obsessed with princesses. They have princess dresses and the Frozen. They all want to be princesses. You know, I have one that's 7 and one of them that's 3. I sat the 7-year-old down and I said, listen, you do not want to be a princess. She's like, why not? I said, because princesses grow up, they marry a prince, then they develop an eating disorder when he cheats on them, and then they die in a Paris tunnel in a car crash. And that was our best princess. You do not want to be a princess. And speaking of the royal family, Prince Philip will turn 100 in January. He ain't gonna make it. Have you seen him? I mean, the older he gets, the more evil and sinister he looks. I think he's been in the hospital for the past 6 weeks. He ain't gonna make it past the summer. It's his time, Forrest. Not gonna make it. But I think the Queen's gonna live a long time. She's gonna outlive Charles. She's hanging on for dear life. And I think her mother was well over 100 when she died. This old bat is not giving up. She's going to go another 20 years at least. I think she'll outlive Charles because she said there's not going to be any Queen Camilla over my dead body. Yeah, literally. But did you see the Harry and Meghan interview with Oprah? It's like, oh man, we're supposed to feel bad because they took away his security detail. Pay for your own damn security, man. And not only did they take away his security, obviously they took away his valet. Did you see how he was dressed? For crying out loud. Is there like a blue gray suit on and a white shirt with no fucking t-shirt? You're on Oprah in front of the world. You're not wearing a fucking undershirt? Come on, man. You got black shoes and black socks and brown shoes. Who the fuck dressed you this morning? I can't believe she let him leave the house like that. That's all I have for this week. Thank you very much.
All right, universe, welcome back to the first day of spring. We're here with Erik Koconis. Woo!
First day of spring. That's awesome.
First day of spring. Hey, who's going to live longer, the Queen or Betty White?
Oh, that's a good question.
Betty White, hands down.
You think
Betty
so?
White?
Oh yeah. I mean, she lives healthy, and nothing has taken her down yet. I got a feeling she's going to outlive all of us.
Okay. She used to be Betty the Gray, but then she defeated the Balrog and became Betty the White.
Nerd.
Nerd, exactly.
All right, we're here with Erik Koconis, AKA Koco. We can call you Koco, right?
You can call me Coco. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
All right, logistics director at the Ampersand Theater Company, stand-up comedian, improv comedian. We're going to be talking about all things comedy, but first, we like to do this. What is it, Mal?
The hot seat.
It's the hot seat! Wow, yeah! It's the hot seat! Hot seat!
Oh, that was beautiful.
I can't believe it.
I know.
You did make it.
I
Oh,
did make it.
went in.
Off the rails, side
the
hook,
rails.
off the
It was
glass.
amazing. I wouldn't lie.
Oh, we should have had the
Oh.
camera on that one.
Tom, your mom says hi.
Hey, Ma, how's it going?
Jeff Lampkin says Coco.
All right. All right, Coco, does daylight savings time bug you?
It does for like half of a day. And then I just seem to get over it. See, here's the thing that I've learned, especially like in this last year, like time is absolutely relative anyway. If I can be just evidence of that, just showing up when I did, but I think that we've all become way too dependent on clocks to begin with, and trying to determine when and where we're supposed to show up is. So yeah, I'm going to take that back. Yeah, daylight savings time does annoy me, but I think just the overall just structure of it's 8 o'clock. Everyone's going to be 8 o'clock now. Whenever the sun rises, that's when the day should start. It's not some arbitrary number that we've assigned to it.
Daylight savings time added 2 years on the Molly's age this year, apparently. It's now just 38 instead of 36.
And then, with Erik, that answer was so philosophical and Greek, man. It's like, there he is, the Greeks, the long line of philosophers.
He's got the Zeus beard going on.
He definitely does.
Liking that.
Yeah, man. I've been growing this thing out for almost a year. Like literally, when we first got locked down and we couldn't go get haircuts or anything, I tried cutting my hair myself and I shaved. And then I've been letting it all grow out since then. So this is actually about this is one winter's worth of growth.
Pulling it off. Pretty good.
It's good luck.
Yep.
Hey, thanks.
All right.
You handsome W.
Son of a bitch. Now I'm not even mad you're late anymore. So handsome with
He's
them
so fucking
blue
pretty.
eyes and Zeus hair.
Let's put him on a hot seat.
Son of a bitch. What's your favorite non-popcorn movie theater snack?
Non-popular movie theater snack?
Non-popcorn movie theater snack.
Oh, it's a toss-up. I've always been a sucker for Sour Patch Kids. But now they start to have the pretzel bites with the little cheese sauce dip
That's
on
what I'm
the
going
side.
with.
And that is taken over for me. I will always get pretzel bites,
Yeah.
nuggets, pretzel nuggets.
Yeah.
I like
What
the
about
pretzel
nachos?
nuggets.
I like.
I don't like the nachos.
You don't like?
I don't, and you know why? Because nachos in the movie theater are rude, William.
They're not much louder than popcorn, are they?
No.
No, they are.
You can close your mouth as you chew. It's not going to make.
Then
that
you
much
can't
of a
hear the
racket.
movie. You got to open it up to let that sound out.
Scare it.
Everybody can enjoy these nachos.
I like the little tiny mini sweet tart balls. That's what I always get.
Oh yeah, you suck them until they go soft, right? Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Wow.
No, you don't have to. They start.
We're not
soft.
talking about the drive-in.
Okay.
I
All
like
right.
the Jordan almonds too. Those are pretty good.
All right, you Greek god.
Mhm.
How many pull-ups can you do?
How many pull-ups?
Yeah, right now, if there was a pull-up bar.
I could probably do 5 if I was miming it infinite.
Well, you can't tell. Eric, what are you, about 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm pretty closer to 6'6", 6'7". It depends on what gas station I'm leaving.
You want to create an off-the-rails volleyball team with me?
Yeah, sure. I'll be your coach.
No, I mean, Eric is a relatively, you're about the age of my sons, I think. I've known you for a long time, but you're still in your 30s, right?
No, I'm 41.
41. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've known each other for a real long time. We'll talk about that a little later. Finish
No
with the
problem.
hot seat. I don't
Oh,
know.
we got a lot of hot seat coming here. Do you post pictures of your food online?
I don't post anything online.
No?
No, not very rarely will I put something out in social media. When I do, it's usually like my latest woodworking project, but I'm not going to be eating that.
We have a friend, the Jew, who posts the most lackluster. I'm just let the stroke will pass, guys. Just give me a moment.
Lackluster. Try
Lackluster.
it. There you go.
Lackluster. There you go. Now the blood's flowing back to the brain. And it's hard not to say something of his just disappointing meal that he's so proud of.
Yeah.
If you're going to post pictures of food nowadays, it better be impressive.
I don't mind it.
Do you post?
You normally don't post pictures of my food.
You're just scarfing it down so fast.
Right. It's not going to be
forgot
loaded. Oh, I think about it after. Oh, that would have made a great picture, but it's gone.
Your belt's undone.
But I mean, that also brings up a really good question. I mean, like the quality of food is supposed to be the flavor and the experience of eating it, right? You can't get that from a picture. Really, what you're bragging about is how well you can plate the food.
The presentation, right.
Right, exactly. Which, I mean, honestly, like you could give me a bowl of slop, and if it tastes delicious, I don't care if there's a little like colorful flour that's put on the top of it that I'm not even going to enjoy.
Do you
People
eat
do
that
that-
flour?
You can.
I have. It's like, no,
If
you
you
don't.
want to be part of the clean plate club, you have to.
It's a garnish. I'm like, it's good.
You
I'll
eat the
eat it.
corn husk that comes with your tamales, too.
No,
You just-
I don't eat those.
But people post when they get it at a restaurant. They didn't even plate it. Like, look what I bought.
I look at what I was able to afford. That's
Yeah.
what they're saying.
Right, yeah.
I'm
Aren't
in
you
a
jealous
fancy
of this
place.
experience?
Right.
All right. Coco is the
Thank you, Jeff.
Seinfeld of the Milwaukee scene.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Who said that?
Jeff.
Jeff Lampton.
Jeff Lampton said that. And what would we call Jeff Lampton of the Milwaukee comedy scene? You have to think about that one.
All right.
Yeah.
So
He's the Jeff Lapton of the Milwaukee comedy.
There you
Right.
go.
If there's any like equivalent
somebody would be the Jeff Lampton of a different scene.
Of a different scene. Well, it would have to be really wild to be the Jeff Lampton of that scene. I think that's a good one. He's the Jeff Lampton of the Milwaukee comedy scene. There's only one.
Exactly.
You have
Thank
the
God.
opportunity to erase your life and start it again at 18, like nothing happened. Would you do it all over again?
Yeah, that's a really tough question. I mean, that's one that's actually really interesting. I was just watching a Star Trek The Next Generation episode about that where Picard was given that option from Q. And he's like, "Oh, this one thing sucked." And then he came back and he was like this low level like technician. He would never be
Saw that.
the captain of a starship. So like the question is like, do you want to sacrifice all of the struggles that made you the person who you are on the off chance of it? You know, like, do you want to take that gamble? And personally, I Like there's moments when I'm like, oh man, if I could have just not done that one thing. But then like, just that little bit of regret of like, oh, that was such a stupid, like I learned a lesson from that.
Yeah.
I would much rather hold on to that lesson.
Well, when you're sitting in a jail cell, that's kind of like,
Well, then you
Well,
Yeah, but if you're sitting in a jail cell, you got other issues. I'm pretty sure that whatever. But that's another thing. Like, how many of your decisions now of your life were based off of like the 18-year-old version of yourself trying to like make a decision that is now structuring and guiding your entire life? And your 18-year-old self didn't know shit about anything, but he's dictating what you do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like in that sense, I wouldn't trust my 18-year-old self to be able to go back, because that's the thing that you don't point out is if you do go back, do you get to keep the memories and the lessons of like, oh yeah, that thing that I did, I'm not going to do this time because I remember, or are you just trusting yourself to make a different decision?
You probably will do it over again. You probably will. You make the same mistake again because you're a knucklehead, not you, but we collectively. Because I know I would make some of the same mistakes I've done before.
Right, exactly. I probably would make the exact same mistakes, even if I did go back. And I wouldn't. And who knows? Maybe we've all done that. We've all had that option. And this is like the 7th iteration of us all doing the same thing because you can't change. You can't change fate.
Wow.
I would learn to keep my mouth shut a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I could not shut my mouth when I was 18. It got me in a lot of trouble. Like if I could talk to my younger self and say, "Shut the fuck up."
I host a podcast with you. You were
right.
You
and I'm
were
still not
different.
shutting up.
You were different back then. All right, Eric. You can choose an animal to help you win a fight. What animal are you taking with you?
Where is the fight happening?
Somebody just kicked that door in right now.
Oh, someone just this door?
Yep.
Right here?
Boom.
I would probably go with like a leopard or a panther or something. One of the big
cat?
jungle cats.
I'd take a Kodiak grizzly bear.
That's what I would go with. The bear. The bear will end all one swipe.
But those cats are limber.
Yeah,
My first thought was a cat too.
Yeah, but that
Fast.
litter box. Ugh.
Either
You didn't say you have to keep it in your house. It's just you're taking it to a fight.
It would be kind of cool though if a guy kicked through that door and you just reached over and grabbed a beehive and threw it at him.
Then you have to grab it.
Yeah.
That's all right. The pheromones will get on that guy. He's got nothing to worry about.
Well, you just got a beehive hanging out, not bothering you.
Not bothering me. Yeah. I always wanted to catapult the beehive in this.
You got honey all over me, you bastard.
I'm fucking delicious.
And then you set the bear loose.
Set the bear loose. Oh, you were worried about the bees.
Yeah, that's part 1. The bear is part 2.
The bear's coming. I ain't fed him in a week.
We could team up and be dangerous.
And when I get my stimulus, he gets fed. This is a Midwest thing for everyone listening around the country and the world. How much of an announcement do you make when you have to go to the bathroom? Because I notice we all do this. Like, I got to pee or I got to go take a shit. But when you go around the country, people just get up and go. Maybe say, excuse me. But in the Midwest, we say what we're doing.
Yeah. I do that all the time. And I always like it. Okay, that's something. If I could go back in time,
stop announcing.
I would change that. I would stop trying to announce everybody that I'm going to the bathroom. And that would probably be
like, where'd he go?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
from here. I never do that.
You never do that?
No.
Do you notice everybody around here doing that though?
I will now. I have to.
Really?
I mean, Eric, I've known him for a lot of years. I don't remember you doing that.
Even when
Are
you're
you kidding? I go out of my way. I'll take, like, even if I really have to go, I will stop and be just like, hey, just so you know, I'm going to the bathroom. If you need me for the next 3 minutes, I got to pee. Excuse me.
Or girls usually take somebody with them, though,
Right. Yeah.
Well, I've heard people say, get to bleed the lizard, drain the vein. Like,
Drain
why,
the
are you,
vein. I
yeah,
gotta
why
pee.
are you sharing that with
That's
me?
a total Midwest thing. So, this is from the Prime Minister. This question comes of Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a bunch of ads. how much do you own up to crapping your pants? Because this guy has an incident in 1997 when his Cronulla Sharks lost the grand final soccer match that he crapped his pants. All the rumors are in McDonald's after that. And it's been following him around, and he finally addressed it. And I'm trying to bring up the video here. And I have him addressing it. Let's share the
You
screen.
get a little nervous stomach when they lost. Is that what it was?
He was in McDonald's, so
Don't say that word. It makes me want to crap my pants.
here we go. This is coming. So he's kind of putting an end to the rumor. But, you know, the internet doesn't want to cooperate, of course. It'll come up. We'll just
Eric, have you crapped your pants recently?
I have not. I think I'm actually trying to think back to the last time that I did crap my pants.
I dreamed I crapped my pants, and it's only in my dream.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, you.
okay, the internet's not cooperating with us, but he basically brings it up during a speech and says this will be the mystery of our ages,
Oh,
and
God.
doesn't admit to crapping his pants,
You know-
but kind of does.
Nobody cares. Everyone should just say, nobody cares. Go.
You crapped your pants. Molly's the last one to crap her pants.
Molly, you crapped your pants?
Really? Is that true?
Yeah, I haven't crapped my pants in a while.
What do you consider a while?
I don't
Weeks?
recall.
A couple years, actually. I've had a good couple years. I've had a tight butthole couple years.
So what happened with Molly?
She wears a thong, so that's like putting a thumb on the end of the
Were you
hose.
tickling her?
No, when's the last time?
I don't know.
She
don't
did
remember.
get up and Midwestern announce that she crapped her pants.
I'm sure I did.
Yes, she did.
Wow.
I don't remember though. I was
That's
probably
pretty
sick.
bold.
When's the
Yeah,
last
I would
time?
imagine. So I can't remember
Oh,
ever.
Is
I
it
can't
because of
remember
your
ever.
age or?
I can't remember ever.
I
No,
can't remember
but
what I had for
I
breakfast.
don't think I've ever crapped my pants.
Oh, I'm calling bullshit.
I can't remember ever. My hand to God, I can't remember ever crapping my pants.
It's coming.
Okay.
Tom's got the most epic though. That I think.
Oh yeah, I made friends at a bar.
Oh, that's not even what I was talking about.
Oh boy, that's another episode.
That's another pants crap. I made friends at a bar, and they invited me to the Packer game the next day. So hungover, I go over there, and I'm kind of sick, and the lady pours me a drink, and it's in one of those big movie theater cups, you know, that have like Superman on it or something.
Mm.
And I'm just trying to not be sick. I take one drink, I go to set it down, I miss the table, and I drop it right into her purse,
Oh,
like
no.
a gallon of booze. And I'm like, oh, let me get that. And I tried to jump to catch it, and I crapped my pants.
Because you were hungover. You
Yep.
had all kind of poison in your system.
So in the matter of 1 minute, I dropped a gallon of booze in her purse, crapped my pants, and I'm in the bathroom trying to wash them in her sink.
What about a purse?
I left.
Hey, I'm working on my pants right now.
I left.
You left?
I left. I had to go after the first quarter. I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling good, guys. I'm out of here.
What about you, Eric?
No, I can't. I'm still thinking. I can't remember. I know I have. I'm not one to say that I've never done it, because I know I have. But I mean, there's different, I think, levels of crapping your pants as well. You know, like there's.
Crapping your butt cheeks, and then when it touches fabric.
Is that what it is?
I think
What
it's-
about if you just have like a juicy fart and some of it
If
like
you can make it
splashes
to
on
the
your-
bathroom without it touching your clothes, I think you got it.
Okay.
Okay. All
I
right.
think it's got to touch your clothes.
See,
Get-
here's the thing with me. Now that I'm past 40, and I don't know if this is just like getting an older thing, but like I like sometimes I'll just like it'll be all fury and nothing when I want to crap.
all fury.
Yeah, just
The whole big
bunch of anger
production.
and strain.
Dropping the thunder.
It's like, well, that was a wasted, 20 minutes of my day. Now my legs are asleep, and I got nothing to show for it.
Metamucil crackers, man, they work.
Is that what?
10 Dorito Locos tacos at Taco Bell works better
boy.
than Metamucil.
10.
Well, you can buy the 10-pack.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I can't lay off Taco
Do
Bell.
you hate yourself that much? 10?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't even taste the first 3. That's just the warm up.
aren't you full by 3 or 4?
No, Molly. I tear
10?
tacos up.
Can you
Yes.
eat 10?
At least
The first
10.
3 just wet my palate and
Oh.
I start getting flavor.
He'll go through like 12 and then make an extra plate at the end to get all the extra
All the
stuff.
droppings.
All the droppings are great.
And then
yeah.
I'd make a taco
Chips.
salad out of
Salad,
that.
right. I've woke up with tacos in my bed with me.
He doesn't mess around with tacos. You know, do you remember when the Dorito tacos first came out?
Yeah.
The Doritos Locos tacos?
No, I don't remember
When
when
they
it
first came out, we ran out to get some and we got the family pack.
The
We've got a
20 pack.
family pack where you can get like 20 tacos.
Or the regular size or the
Mhm.
big ones?
Yeah.
And I ordered like the full 20 in Doritos Locos.
Yeah.
You know, paid extra for it, whatever. We went through them between me, him, his mom, almost all of them. We ended up throwing 2 out at the end that we didn't.
Why
finish.
would you throw 2 tacos out?
That's what I was saying.
right?
So later on that night,
He
I
got 'em
come
out of the
upstairs
trash.
and he's sitting on the bed eating them. He's hunched over like Gollum.
Took them out of the garbage.
And he's looking at me and he goes, "Don't judge me."
I'm
Damn,
eating
why
garbage
would you throw
tacos
'em away?
in bed.
You could leave them sit out for a while.
They
and
were
then
so soggy and disgusting, but I
Oh.
could not sleep knowing that I was throwing tacos
It's like
away.
it's not even good.
It's locos.
Don't judge me.
But I'm like brushing coffee filter grinds up.
Oh God.
Shake this taco off. It's good. It's wrapped. Good to go. 2 a.m, I just wake up. I can't sleep right because knowing I threw away 2 tacos. Okay, Coco, from what you know about this panel here, whose paper would you copy off of in school?
I'm gonna have to go with Molly. I'm always gonna trust the tech person to be the smartest person in the room.
All right.
All right.
Depends on what subject.
It doesn't matter. Reading comprehension, mathematics, science. You have to know all of them in order to make sure all that stuff is working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whose paper should he copy off of Molly?
Yours.
She will lie for him.
No.
He's the least one he should copy off of.
This guy graduated summa cum laude. He graduated
In
highest honors.
neuropsychology. And I went to medical school. You'd
And
never
look at-
think of
and
it.
look at what he's doing.
And I'm talking about crapping my pants and eating garbage tacos.
I would definitely copy off it.
Wait, you were in medical school? Yeah. Fucking highest honors, man.
Missy says she'll bring you tacos next week.
Yes.
Topedia? I don't know what that is.
Tapia, I think she
What?
meant. Is it Tapia?
Is that a
I don't know.
brand or is it a...
No, Topita. Topetia. I don't know. Topetia? T-O-P-I. Topita?
All right.
I don't know.
How do you prefer
Sorry, Missy.
your Easter eggs? Do you like the plastic ones with candy, or do you like a real hard-boiled egg?
When it comes to Easter eggs, what I like are the classic, just flat red Greek style, baked in a loaf of bread Easter eggs.
Whoa, you're gonna have to elaborate on this. I've never had that.
Oh yeah, that's because I mean, you know, like there's Greek Easter and then there's Easter, where it's just normal Easter, right? And one of the traditions that they do is they dye eggs red and then they put them on the top of a loaf of bread and they bake it, and then that hard boils the egg. And I don't know, it just tastes better to me.
No, you know, I lived in Greece for a year. I didn't know about that. That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
My ex-wife is Italian from Jersey, and they have what they would make called an Easter pizza, and it's a dough on top and the bottom, and then ricotta cheese and pepperoni, and then you have it refrigerated and you eat it cold. It's delicious.
Yeah.
So that's an Italian thing, I think.
It is. You know what I think it is there's not so much of that like vinegar aftertaste that soaks through the shell.
Okay. I
But
don't.
yeah, that to me is probably the one that I would go with if I had my druthers.
Oil boiled eggs, they're just
Okay.
so dry. Ugh.
All right, we just had St. Patty's Day. Did you do anything for it? I know.
Yeah, actually we did. I mean, we didn't go out, but I got some Guinness, and we had one of our friends made these really, really good Reuben rolls and some soda bread that she brought over. And we just gorged ourselves on that and then went into a food coma.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's awesome.
I went and had corned beef and cabbage by my parents. 'cause
How
Tom
can
was
this
like
be
the smell.
cool? They always dye the Chicago River green.
Yep.
Flows right into Lake Michigan.
That is a bright green, too. That is fluorescein green.
I don't get.
That looks like nuclear.
Yeah. Look
You're
at they're
gonna
just spraying dye.
You're gonna come out the Toxic Avenger.
They do that.
It looks green. Yeah, that's the way I saw it. Where it didn't
Bruh.
look quite as green. Maybe they enhanced it. But the first time I went to Chicago, I was meeting some friends from New Orleans, and we were staying in the Sheraton Hotel down there. It was like, how is this so green? It was that weekend, and someone said, "Yeah, they dye the river," because I didn't know that they.
And that's
dyed it
safe to
green.
do.
Well, it's food coloring. It just
It's
yeah.
food safe.
I don't know. Can the fish see what they want to eat? Maybe they're hungry and now everything's just St. Patrick's green.
I don't know what kind of fish are in that Milwaukee, the Chicago River.
Nothing you probably want to eat.
Probably not.
Do you call it St. Patty's Day or St. Paddy's with a T or a D?
Say St. Patrick's Day.
I do too. St. Patrick.
Day.
Yeah.
Respect, man, Patty.
It's supposed to be with a D
Yeah, of course.
because
Patty.
it's Padraig is the Latin for Patrick, and Patty is short for Patricia. So when that's the debate, everybody debates. It's supposed to be with a D.
Is that a big debate? I've never actually heard that question asked. Or
I
debated
have-
before.
A huge debate.
In his mind.
Huge. It's bigger than you know.
He's arguing with himself about it. I've never heard.
All
it
right,
either.
last one in honor of St. Patty's Day. Food that you would prefer to puke. If you're gonna puke, but you get to choose what you throw up, what are you going with?
French toast.
Ooh, a little sweet coming up too.
Hmm.
You didn't have to think very long.
No. That's from experience.
You're like, "Bleh, that was the
That wasn't so bad. I'd do that again.
Put that right back down.
That wasn't too bad.
I would just say not spaghetti. Trust me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
SpaghettiOs.
You don't want the spaghetti.
SpaghettiOs look like you don't even. I don't
Well, it's
choose
also
SpaghettiOs.
that acid that comes with it. It's not good.
Bad.
I don't know. What
Yeah,
about
or-
sauce?
Or breakfast cereal. It comes up all like half curdled.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You
nothing
know,
with milk.
That's a great story because when we were kids, I remember my sister puked up some breakfast cereal and the cat came and just ate it up.
Ew.
It was really gross, and that cat was going to town on it, and milk in it and everything. That cat loved it. I was like, oh,
It's loving the puke.
terrible. Yeah.
Molly, what are you puking?
I'm gonna steal Eric's idea because that does sound
French
much
toast.
better than
French toast, yeah.
yeah.
All right, that's
Yeah.
fancy. All right, announcements. Check out the Big Laugh Comedy Network. We are on there, Roku TV. We got a lot of funny comedians over there. They just had Jim Brewer on
Nice.
at their comedy club.
Great.
So, Twisted Dreams Film Festival, June 4th through the 10 days later, Wisconsin's largest genre film festival. It's an amazing time. Molly and I have been watching all the movies, getting everything
There's some really
set
good
up. There's some
submissions.
really good ones. We're on the Pop Culture Podcast every Thursday at 7. We got just amazing guests out there. Molly, you're going to have to share the screen. Be part of the Railblazers email club. Join the team. We give you all kinds of free shit, deals, whatever else I can think of. That's how you're going to enter the contest now. Molly, we got a giveaway coming up here that we're going to set up here. You're sharing it. She's sharing it. We got a haggis video coming up. A fan sent us some haggis when we were talking crap, and we ate it
How
right
was
out of a
it?
can.
How was it?
You're going to have to watch the video.
Okay. And don't forget about movies with Mark as well.
Movies with Mark. Mark is running the Facebook page now. We just had Hex and Arcane in here. We watched Arsenic and Old Lace. Here is our little bar giveaway setup. What do we got?
Oh, nice.
Bottle, shot glasses, drinks, can opener. That's a heavy ass hammer bottle opener.
It's cast iron.
What else did I buy there, Mo?
It's got 2 uses.
There's a bar set that's got a little collapsible shot glass and some tongs and a bottle opener and
Wow, that's nice.
What else is in there?
a flask. There's
Oh.
a set of 6 glasses. They're
Oh, a
like
flask, yeah.
I think this tall. They're like a
Eight
whiskey
ballers.
glass or yeah.
A little
and then some-
cocktail glass.
Yeah.
These are bottle top shot glasses. They look like the top of a beer bottle or
Oh, nice.
bottle.
Wow.
Will, you got something coming up here.
Yes, I do. Grandpa's a Comedy in Appleton, Wisconsin. I think it is the 23rd of April. And then I'm also going to be performing in May at the, where is that town in Indiana? Fort Wayne Comedy Club in Indiana.
Ooh, fun.
With,
Home of the
Ralphie
KKK,
Roberts.
Indiana.
Oh, please. I don't wanna-
Molly's family's from Indiana, and I always remind them when they talk about how great Indiana is. Oh yeah, they gave us the KKK. They're a great place there. Love to visit. Yeah, thanks, guys.
I didn't know they came from. For some reason,
They
I
had to come
just
from somewhere.
Imagine it would have been the Deep South. I mean, just if I guessed, Indiana, really?
Indiana.
Okay, let's not dwell on that. Too
And
much.
Eric, you want to talk about the Interchange Co-op Theater?
Yes, yeah, the Interchange Theater Co-op. That is actually the new, very very exciting group of people that have been working diligently throughout the entire pandemic to make sure that there is still an improv theater space at our location at 628 10th Street downtown. Which is a beautiful theater that I helped design and build out specifically for improv comedy. And we do have a couple of virtual shows coming up in the next couple of weeks. I know next week on Friday we have our party show, which I believe is called Party On. And they do a themed party improv show whenever they come on, and that's going to be starting at 8:00. You can check out information on that on our website, as well as in a couple of weeks, my sci-fi improv show Ex Machina is going to be taking flight again on that weekend. And then we also have a very good team at the end of April called Sports Bra that does long form improv storytelling based off of suggestions that we get. And all of it's virtual. All of it is free to enjoy at the comfort of your own home. And you can check out all of our information on our website, interchangetheater.com, for links to all of those events, as well as we have open jam lessons and workshops that we do every single Thursday that are also all virtual. And yeah, it's a very exciting thing to be building up. I'm fortunate to be the general manager of such a great organization.
Awesome. All right, Molly, what should they do? Hit my lady. There you go.
Yes,
Like
you go.
and share. Share is the most important thing you can do to help us out. Thank you very much. Now let's get on with this. Coco told me he would send me a list of things he wanted to talk about, but just like being on time, that never happened. So let's go, baby.
Oh, wait, I had something.
Okay, go ahead.
Eric, congratulations are in order. Eric just got engaged.
Hey,
Oh,
congratulations.
I did. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're very excited and very much in love.
Have you set a date?
We haven't had a strong day. We're looking at next year for the actual ceremony. We want to enjoy the engagement for a little bit, be able to call each other fiance, which is
Married on the top of Mount Olympus.
Oh,
The Zeus.
Yeah.
that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
And-
But no, I think we're going to be going to Mexico and have a
nice.
little ceremony on the beach.
Heard
That
that's a
sounds
pain in the ass,
wonderful.
man.
Why is that a pain in the
Depends
ass?
on where you sit.
And, the just going back and forth, getting
It'll be better.
proper
in a year or
documentation.
so, once everything's straightened out, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's why we're also waiting. We want to make sure all the travel stuff is
Of course.
clean and figured out and all that.
Speaking of travel, I think I might have told you when we took a little trip, you and Nate and I down to Tennessee, the last comic stand. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. That was an adventure, man. That was an adventure to disappointment, from what I understand.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, like, if we stood in line all night,
Mm-hmm.
and they took us behind the comedy club into a festival tent where we performed in front of a what was that, a production assistant with no camera?
Yeah, associate producer, I'm sure is what they're listed.
And then they said
performed
they
in
would
front of Gail.
They said they would, yeah, Gail. They said they would let us know within an hour. And then these guys are like, well, I hope they call us. And I'm like, don't you see what just happened? You've been had. Let's get on the road. Like, but what if they call? They're not calling us. This was bullshit. They had people who had appointments that went inside the club. They wanted to get us standing in line for the footage. They interviewed Nate. They wanted to get the worst thing about that whole trip when we stopped at the Waffle House and Nate ate sugar on his fucking grits, that goddamn Yankee. I was so pissed at him. All that anger I felt on the whole thing, I wanted to take it out on him. What are you putting sugar on your grits for, man?
It's better to puke.
That was a fun trip, though, man. We had a blast still, even though it's all part of being a comic. I mean, like, we took a couple of days and we went down.
When they
to
take you in the
Tennessee.
back alley behind the tent, you know you're not getting in.
We're like, hey, this line is moving quick, man. Because when I went to Minneapolis the year before, it took forever and I never got in. This one, hey, we're gonna get in. We're gonna get in. We're getting around. We get the roundabout, and hey, that's part of show business, right?
You know what was crazy about that was it wasn't just like one table of like 8 comics that were all standing around. Like, okay, you have 30 seconds to tell your best bit. But there was like 10 tables, each one of them with 8 comics around it. And they were all going at the same time. So not only were you like you're trying to talk over just this ramble around, which it was the worst environment possible for you to even try to perform your jokes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
That's called paying your dues, man.
That's right, man.
That's learning. That's learning.
Miles under the tires.
Do you do more of the improv or do you do more of the stand-up?
Currently I do a lot more improv than I do stand-up. I've been really focusing on this theater, but I mean, I will say that when we were doing live shows, you know, like we have a cast of a bunch of different improvisers that, you know, they wouldn't be hosting the show. We always wanted to have someone that would come up and like welcome the crowd, like, you know, like the classic MC slot on a show. And I always tries to kind of fuse like the techniques of stand-up with just the mentality of improv by just going and be like, okay, I have no set, but I'm just going to start and see where I'm going to fill 5 minutes by just ad-libbing something and then trying to structure it the same way that I would if I was a stand-up. And that was a really, really interesting exercise that I'm really looking forward to being able to go back and do again once we can have crowds back in the space.
Awesome.
Your shirt mullet bit is one of my favorites. Still to this day, the shirt mullet, I'll never forget that.
Oh God, that's an old one too. That was one of the first jokes that I took on stage.
Sounds awesome.
You want to do it?
Yeah. Let's see if I can remember. Well, okay. So here's essentially, like, you know, fashion trends have changed over time, but there's always like there's a oh God, I can't even remember the lead into it anyway. Okay, but anyway, the idea of it is like you know, there's always like a classic, just like jeans and then like a button-up shirt that guys will wear, right? And there's always been, I think, like 2 groups of how you wear the shirt. Either it's cool to tuck your shirt in, which means that, you know, you're about to go do some business and you're not, you know, or you're just relaxed and you have the shirt untucked and everyone's just kind of hanging out. But for a while there, especially like in the 90s, there was a trend where guys would just tuck the front half of the shirt into the pants and then leave the back half hanging out. And that was never a cool look. Like, not even then was it cool, but everybody did it. And it's just like, essentially, that is a shirt mullet. You know what I mean? Business in the front, party in the back.
Party
you
in
get
the
to
back.
see the belt buckle. Let's have a party. Like, that was the thing. It was just as dumb as... And I catch myself doing it now. Like, I always like to have my shirt tucked in. You know, but like when you sit down in a chair for a really long period of time, the back half of your shirt will naturally just shirt mullet itself.
Yeah.
And then like I have to find like some corner somewhere where somebody can't see me, like undo my pants and tuck myself back in and redo myself. And then I always forget to flip up my fly. So then I'm walking around with my fly open and then I forget that I did that. And then I catch myself and I'm like, when did I do that? How long have I been? And it just creates this like little cacophony of like anxiety in my brain that I don't even know how to deal with.
That's funny.
My favorite pair of pants I bought at Goodwill for $2, and I couldn't believe they were $2, and they looked great on me. but the zipper doesn't stay on. I can just wiggle a little. Oh, that's why they're $2. Okay, I figured it out after I bought them.
You have your mom sew another zipper in there for you?
I
man?
could sew one. They were $2 pants. I'm not taking.
Tom's got lots of hidden talents. He can sew.
Yeah, I can sew pretty
You
well.
can sew in a zipper?
Yeah.
Impressive.
I know.
Glue some magnets on that thing, man, or like
That's a good idea.
A couple of snaps.
yeah.
I think I put snaps on it for you.
Nice.
You will? Okay.
I think I did.
That'll work. Now, here's something I wanted to bring up to you while we're doing this interview that could affect your conclave over there.
Uh-huh.
So they're doing this in California, which I thought was very weird. My mouse just stopped working, but we're good. We'll push on through. So you heard about the theme parks in California asking people to not scream on the rides because it could spread the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Full request.
Don't scream on a roller coaster. Okay.
Kind of an involuntary.
Or just don't go to the theme park. That's also going to help not spread.
So theme parks are open. You just can't scream on them. But how is this going to affect the comedy clubs out there when you go there and they ask you not to laugh?
I think social distancing is still in effect at any clubs that are open right now. Because when you're laughing and you're throwing your head around, like, yeah. You know, I don't think.
Because you know that's coming. That's going to be
Well,
if they're not letting you scream on a roller coaster, they're not going to let you laugh in a comedy club.
Right. Now, this is a good question because there's a couple of different answers. I mean, first off, like our friends over at they run the club The Laughing Tap here in Milwaukee, and they're doing live shows, and they have everyone's spread out, but it's still they require all the audience to have masks on when they're not drinking, so you got to do this thing, but. And I think that kind of helps mitigate the ability for you to be able to laugh without sending your spit projectiles out everywhere. And, the performers usually are masks as well. But as far as like, there's still that little like half minute or so when someone is drinking. And like, as a comic, I think now like there's a responsibility for you to make sure that you're not setting people up for like spit takes in the audience as well. Like that's one more thing you got to watch out for. Like you have to like hold back your punchline until you see all the glasses down and all the masks up.
No. I want the spit tape.
I know you want it, but it's the responsibility.
I spit on a girl's back
I've
at
already
Carrot
had
Top.
COVID. Spit away.
I spit strawberry daiquiri all over a girl in a white dress at Carrot
my
Top in
God.
Vegas.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's what. See, and if Carrot Top was paying attention, he could have helped avoid that incident.
I'm sorry, I was taking a drink and it was really funny.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? I spit it out. You caught me off guard. It's a good show.
It's a great show. Carrot Top's great. I actually got to meet him. The guy that opens for him, I worked with him. And so when I met him, he goes, bring him to the show. And so we went, watched the show, and then he took us out to dinner afterwards. It was great, man. I had a great time.
Wow.
And people like goof on prop comics. He's absolutely the best.
He's
and
great.
He's hilarious.
Well, and he makes all those props himself, right?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. See, like that's a skill that needs to be recognized a little bit more too. I mean, that's engineering and being able to.
You know what? It's hard to start as a prop comic now with Carrot Top still around. You almost got to wait 30 years till he's retired and bring it back because he's so good that everybody's just going to be like, oh, you're a shitty Carrot Top. Because he's got 30, I don't want to be a shitty Carrot Top, but you're not going to one-up him.
Mm.
Well, if you can one up Carrot Top, then you got something going on.
Right. And anybody who knows how to use tools and actually manufacture stuff that's going to function on stage the way you want it to, and be able to tell a joke using that piece, like that's an admirable skill set that I don't think a lot of comics actually have.
Yeah. He does a lot of improv in his jokes too. If one doesn't land, it's almost funnier with the way he reacts to it.
Mm-hmm.
So what has the pandemic done for your career in all this? What's it done to slow you down? What's it done to help you build something else up by staying at home?
Yeah. Well, I mean, primarily the pandemic did shut down my old improv theater company, Ampersand Theater, which was a real kick in the chest. And you know, I kind of went through a little depression. I don't think I ever updated my LinkedIn account. You know, it's not there. I'm no longer the logistic director of that place because it doesn't exist. But on the flip side, it did offer a really good kind of like awakening to how just like the theater practice in general is being run. Like it's not always been very inclusive of all the performers and everyone who's actually generating the actual content and doing the actual shows itself. So that was something that I was able to sit back with and you know, talk to a lot of the different performers in the community here. And we've been able to actually but actually what instigated the idea for the Interchange Co-op was this is a theater company that is owned by all of the performers. Anyone who wants to be a part of it gets a say on how it's run. And it's a much more sustainable business model as far as how theaters can be built and run. And I'm really excited to see how that continues to flourish in the long run, as well as it offers more opportunity for everybody to really be a part of it. You know what I mean? Like if you have an idea for something, you get to own that idea and run with it. That's always been the appeal of, I think, comedy in general. You know, like Will, you can state to that. Would you prefer to be able to perform your own jokes, or somebody saying like, you can't tell this joke because this and that turn, you got to shave this part off because it may piss off this one person, or I don't personally like it, so you got to do whatever. Or just you have
society's doing that these days.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cancel cultures taking care of a lot of that. But when you said co-op and when you explained it, it's like that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, it's really, really exciting, and it's so much stronger because of all the different ideas and the concepts that everyone is bringing to the table. You know what I mean? Like that was one of the things that I think was, I don't want to say a shortcoming, but it was definitely something that we didn't take into consideration when we were running the old theater. It was just a couple of guys at the top who were bearing all of the responsibility and all of the work, and then not distributing it and offering that ownership to everybody else. So that's really cool. In addition to that, I've been doing a lot more on-camera work, which, you know, at the beginning was an incredibly intimidating kind of medium because I've always been a live performer. I've always had an audience right there in front of me. But, you know, I've been, you know, instead of like during my day job, I teach interactive science workshops, and I would, you know, go to different schools and like, hey, kids, let's mix baking soda and vinegar and see what happens. And you can't do that now. But we've been able to, you know, create a virtual classroom studio and be able to actually connect with kids that way. And so I've been able to really practice, like, just, you know, focusing on, like, I'm looking at the camera now and I know that I don't see any of you, but I know kind of where you are, and my peripheral is kind of still seeing your reactions. And like all of those skill sets are things that I've gotten to be able to practice because I've been forced to do it.
We put the monitor right under the camera, so we're looking at you and the camera.
Right, exactly. But see, that's what I mean. Like that's not something that, you know, wouldn't have been considered, at least for me, before any of this started. And it's also been something that I think, like all of the performers and all the different groups at the Interchange, like we've all had to try to figure out, like, is it possible for us to be able to actually do improv when we're separated by screens, as opposed to being in the same room where you can read somebody's full like body position and be able to see like, okay, that's the character and that's the direction that they're trying to take. And I can play off of that, which, you know, is a really useful tool. But when you're usually just seeing people from the shoulder up, you lose all of that. Mm-hmm. So it's forced our performers to really start considering, like, how are some other ways that you can translate information and your thoughts to somebody else now that you've been restricted? Yeah, exactly. Your facial expressions really come in handy, as well as, like, it's for me, it's expanded my vocabulary as to what I'm trying to communicate and all the different terminology I can use to try to get that idea across.
Inflection as well, you know?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That's why it's got to be hard doing comedy with a mask on.
Well, I'm
Covers
glad to
most
hear
of the
that
year.
you're still working with the kids because I think that's great. Besides your theater stuff, because I know that was important to you, like the science guy, and I'm glad that you're still doing that.
I'm still doing it. Yeah, I'm still the
Man
science guy.
scientist thing too. It's great.
Oh yeah. Here, I got. That's the other benefit of having this hair.
Oh, I want that hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about gravity? Let's talk about gravity.
That's
Awesome. How do people become part of this co-op?
Very easily. All you have to do is sign up. You can join our newsletter. We have an option to actually just purchase a share in the Interchange Theater. We are right now, it's our first year, so we actually have a discount on the purchase price of buying into a share.
Yeah.
And that is a lifetime purchase. So as soon as you buy into it, you are an owner of the co-op, and you get not only a say in how the theater is run, you get to vote on major decisions, but you also have access to special events that are only for owners. And when we open back up, we're also looking at ticket discounts and offers at the bar and things like that. So there's a lot of benefits to ownership.
All right, Eric. Thank you very much, Eric. It's been great. We love having you on the show. Molly, where can they find us?
They can find us just about anywhere at Off the Rails TM. You can find us at Off the Rails TM. We've got an Amazon link at the top of our website. If you shop Amazon, shop like normal, go through our link, and we'll get a little bit of a kickback. Or check us out on Patreon at Off the Rails TM.
Yeah, check out our Haggis video that's coming up. And Eric, once again, thank you. Remember, Universe,
Thank you, Eric.
we're not good enough.